guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are going to be doing a Q&A. I'm going to be answering all of your guys' questions that why am I always burping? I'm going to be answering all of your guys' questions that you guys have been asking me about just life, pregnancy, life update. Is just going to be chit chat with you guys to just talk and let you guys know everything that's been going on and all the questions that you guys are wanting to know. So if you guys are new to my channel, hi, my name is Blanca Yvette. If you guys are not new to my channel, then welcome back. So let's go ahead and get started with today's video. So I am super out of breath. Like 24/7. I'm out of breath. But I am really excited to just sit down and talk to you guys. I'm gonna eat some M&Ms. Just talk to you guys about how I've been feeling. A lot of questions that you guys have been asking me to just finally let you guys know what's the 411. So let's go ahead and get started. I screenshot a few pictures. These M&Ms are really good. The very first questions is, how are you? And I am actually doing really good, and I'm so happy. I'm so excited. I've been doing great. Honestly, besides the fact that my kids have been getting sick so much, and I've been getting sick so much, that really has just been throwing me off this whole like winter. We're in winter, right? Like, I've just been super thrown off and really concerned because the kids they've like cuando sale uno entra el otro, cuando sale uno entra el otro, and like I'm just like, oh my god, like I just feel, you guys know as parents, if you guys have kids, like when your kids are sick, it's like the worst freaking feeling of the entire planet. And besides that, which is a big thing because like they've just been sick so much, we've been good, thank god. We've been fine. Like I've been happy, healthy, like just thriving with my life in general, like myself, like my emotions, how I've been feeling. I have been extra moody lately though. Like I have just been like throwing jabs at Ulises like all day. Pobrecito, he gets all my hits because like I'm just like like a little fucking Dracula. But yeah, other than that, I'm really happy. I'm really excited that emotionally and mentally I'm doing so good, and I have been feeling really good. So I'm super excited, and thank you for asking. I appreciate it. I love when you guys ask me how I am and how I've been feeling, because I have a lot of emotions, you know. I just want to like talk about my feelings. So another question is, what is something that made you cry that was a giveaway that you were pregnant? And honestly, it was just me crying. Me just crying in general, that I was just like, why the fuck am I crying right now? It would be like the smallest things. I definitely did notice. I didn't start crying right away. It wasn't before I was pregnant, like before I found out I was pregnant. It was weeks after I started, after I knew that I was pregnant, that I was getting really emotional. But honestly, I was an emotional wreck. Everything would make me cry. Movies, shows, commercials, Ulisa's telling me something. Sorry, I had to delete clips from my camera because my camera is full. But me just like something that would hurt my feelings that normally wouldn't. Like, I don't know, like I was just very sensitive. But I definitely do feel like as I have had more children, I've become way more sensitive. Because after my first baby, I was a little emotional. The second one, I was like really emotional, and now I'm just like crying for everything. So yeah, I've just been like really extra sensitive. The next question is, are you going to remove your nipple piercings? I am not going to remove my nipple piercings. I'm hoping that maybe more milk will come out, because now it's going to be 3 holes instead of 1. It's going to be coming out like from different directions. But with both Max and Camila, I did not breastfeed. They did not latch. They never latched. I exclusively pumped for 4 months with Max, and I want to say maybe like 2 to 3 months with Camila, and it was exclusively just pumping milk out. I do produce milk. I do produce a good amount of milk. But because I have an inverted nipple, which I've mentioned to you guys before, it was always really difficult for the kids to latch. So now that my nipples are pierced, my nipple actually comes out. So I'm hoping maybe baby will latch a little bit better. I probably will just like remove the nipple piercing when I'm pumping or when baby needs to latch, and then I'll put it back in. But I do not plan on removing the nipple piercings. Like I said, I'm hoping the milk just comes out more, because moms have told me like, oh, you're gonna see like it's gonna start shooting out from like different directions. So yeah, I'm not gonna remove them. So we'll see how like I can make sure that I'm like keeping my area clean and all that stuff while I'm pumping, and it's not like hurting me like crazy or anything like that. But with both of my babies, I only exclusively pumped. So if I do pumping, then the piercing should not be an issue. So yeah, so that's the plan. We'll see how it is, like obviously once baby does come, because if I'm being completely honest, like postpartum, like the baby milk, like the milk coming in and all that stuff is like the worst pain of my life, that I'm just like, I'm not looking forward to that. I'm not looking forward to my milk coming in. And with Camila, I actually got a really bad infection on my left boob, and I had a duct that was stuck, and it was the worst pain of my life. I had a fever, I had chills, I felt physically ill, and I ended up drying out my milk because my breasts were just getting super engorged. Is that what you say? Engorged. And it was just so freaking bad. So like that's like the only, I think that's like the one of the things from postpartum that I'm just like dreading, that I'm just like, oh my god, like I'm so scared for my milk to come in. But I'm not going to be removing the nipple piercings. Are you finding out the gender of baby number 3, or will it be a surprise? So a lot of you guys were telling me that I should find out the baby's gender when I give birth, but I just could not wait. Like there's just no way that I could wait. Just because I need to know that things are being done, and like I have clothes, and like I'm shopping. Like I'm too anxious. I'm too anxious to wait. So I will be finding out the baby's gender. I will not be having a gender reveal. You guys of course will be getting a reveal, because I will be doing something cute for you guys in the sense of like how I announced to you guys what I will be having, but I will not be having a gender reveal. I will be having something super intimate with just Ulises and the kids, and we just thought that it would be the best way. I already have a daughter and a son. I have the best of both worlds already. I've already, you know, I've done 2 huge gender reveals already that were super cute, like those moments with the family and stuff. I already did it, and I feel like I'm just a little over like the having to throw a party and host people and like do a reveal and this whole like thing. Like I don't know, it just doesn't really catch my attention anymore. So I told Elisa, I was like, I think we should just do something different. We'll do something a little bit more intimate. Me and you will find out, and then we'll share the good news with our friends and family, and then of course with you guys. But yeah, I am not gonna do a gender reveal, and I will be finding out the baby's gender because there's just no way that I could wait until birth. There's just absolutely no way that would happen. So yeah. Are you getting on birth control after this baby? I will not be getting on birth control. I don't do birth control, guys. I've already told you guys I just don't do birth control. That's just personal choice because it makes me feel really shitty. And if you guys really were to look at like how bad birth control really is for you, and even for myself, I suffer from migraines. So because I get migraines, I cannot be on the pill, on specific pills, because I could actually get a stroke. If you guys did not know that, if you guys have migraines and you guys are on birth control, you have to be very careful because they can very, very much kill you. So I've always just been scared of being on birth control, to be honest, and just the feeling of how it feels. I know that there's a lot of you guys who have to be on birth control, whether it's for regulating your period, all that stuff. Like I know that there's a lot of different reasons why people are on birth control, and obviously not getting pregnant and all that stuff. But for me, myself, like personal choice, I don't think I'm not gonna be on birth control when I give birth. So me and Lisa need to figure it out, because yeah, I'm already on baby number 3, honey. Honey, we need to slow it down. Do you have any names in mind for baby that you like and might want to name him or her? Yes, I actually have one girl name and one boy name picked out. And my boy name, I'm still a little like about. I'm like indecisive. Like I'm kind of in between a few. Girl name for sure, I already have her name. Boy name, I'm still kind of like iffy about it, so we'll see. But I do have baby names for both a boy and a girl already ready. So will being pregnant affect your BBL? So I was actually very surprised that this was the #1 asked question. I thought you guys wanted to know how I was doing, how I was feeling. You know, no, everybody's concerned about the BBL. I've actually had a couple of comments and a couple of people coming at me a little smart, you know, like, oh, she went and got her body done and now she's pregnant again. Like, I don't know what people's obsession and infatuation is with people's bodies, and then they wonder why like people go and like alter themselves because like everybody's just like looking at the body. But I am not concerned about my BBL. I'm probably a little sad about my boobs, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like my boobs are the only thing that I'm like, I look at them in the mirror and I'm just like, please don't change, please. I beg of you. I just beg of you. My boobs, I just love my boobs, and they're just so cute, and like they're just so perky, and they're little and they're small, and they haven't changed yet besides my nipple getting darker, but they haven't completely turned to salami nipples yet. I obviously did get my nipples smaller when I got my breast reduction, so that's the only thing that I'm just like, man, my boobs are really gonna just deflate again, and I'm gonna like, I don't know what my boobs are gonna look like. It's hard to tell. As far as my BBL, I'm not worried about it. I'm like, I've told you guys many times, like when I got my BBL, it was more because I wanted my body to look like it was before. Like I had technically like a skinny BBL done where I had, you know, just all my stomach fat done, and my butt didn't get super huge. It wasn't like a big transformation. Like I didn't get like this tiny little waist and big hips and a big old booty, you know. I wanted something cute, conservative, small, like something that just looked like, okay, like her body's cute. And I just wanted to look like I did prior to like my babies and stuff. So am I worried about my body changing? I feel like my body is gonna change. I'm just wondering how it's gonna change. Like, is my butt gonna get really big? Because like even now when I gain weight, I don't gain any weight on my upper back or like my stomach area. Everywhere where I got 360 lipo, I actually do not gain weight. And I don't gain weight, but my ass, like it'll literally go like up, it'll get super big sometimes, and then it'll be like super, like if I lose weight, my ass completely, sorry I keep saying my ass, but my butt completely deflates. Like I will literally have no butt. Like it just gets, if I lose weight, it just shrinks super tiny, and if I gain weight, it gets really big. So I'm just like, oh my, like that's the only thing that I'm just like, am I gonna be like pa allá y pa acá? Like I'm gonna be like hella big? Like my butt already looked really big with my other pregnancies because I would gain like legs and calves and stuff because I am very naturally like skinny from my legs and stuff. So I'm just like, wow, I'm wondering like what my body will look like, but I'm not worried about the BBL getting ruined, you know what I mean? Like I'm not, that's like the least of my worries. Like I feel like people really think like I'm just very superficial in that sense, and it's like that's the least of my worries. I'm just wondering like what would it look like. So I know a lot of you guys are definitely concerned for me because I did pay a lot of money to go get my body done, and now I'm pregnant. But hey, I'm hoping that this body just bounces back faster, because I've seen a lot of girls who they get BBLs and then they have babies, and then when they give birth they like snatch the fuck up back because they got a BBL and they got like lipo and stuff. So we'll see. That BBL better come through and better fucking like make me skinny still. I'm just kidding. I really don't care. Like honestly, I feel like you guys are a little bit more concerned for me than I am. So the next question is, where is your dad and how come we haven't seen him? So I'm answering this question just because I feel like it needs to be addressed. So I opened up to you guys and I told you guys that my mom and my dad were not together. So my mom and my dad have not been together since I was 6 years old. Okay, since I was a 6-year-old little girl. He has not been with my mom for many years. I'm 31 and he has not been married to my mother for years. I finally decided to share that with you guys, and I feel like now people just want to like make scenarios. Like I feel like lately a lot of you guys have just been really asking about my dad, when my dad has literally been present as much as he's always been present in my life before you guys even knew that he was not with my mom. So I get it, you guys have a lot of questions and stuff, but like nothing's changed. Like there's no problems between my mom and my dad. Like there's no problems between me and my dad. Like my dad is everything. Like he has been in my life, even though he was not with my mom since they were 6. And I've mentioned to you guys that she was a single mom and she did raise us on her own, and she raised 5 kids on her own. And I was raised by my siblings because I was so young. Like my siblings were they're a lot older than me. Me and the youngest boy, which is my brother, we're 7 years apart. So, and then me and Viv are 10 years apart. So I was always just kind of like the little sister that happened after, you know what I mean? So I was raised by my brothers and sisters and stuff because my mom and my dad weren't together, but my dad was not present either, you know what I mean? My dad has always been in my life. Like you guys have seen him, you know, like you guys have seen pictures of me and my dad when we were younger and stuff. So like he's been present, and I feel like a lot of you guys now, and I feel like I kind of regret telling you guys that my mom and my dad weren't together, because I see remarks sometimes that people throw, like whenever I, like say a Cheeseman fucking post or something says anything about my dad, and not about my dad, about me, or how I am or something like that, and the people now, they attack like those sensitive topics, you know, like I saw somewhere that somebody posted something about how that I'm a certain way and that I have daddy issues, and I'm just like, to me, I'm just like, where the hell, like, are you guys aware of what daddy issues are? Because my dad was very present in my life, and there was never a missing father figure in my life. So I don't understand where that conversation came from, but it makes me feel some type of way that I'm just like, I open up, and I feel like this is why I never shared reason why they were not together, or why they weren't, you know. Obviously the reason why I had to share now is because my mom lives with me, but my mom and my dad, like I said, have not been together since I was 6 years old. My mom and my dad did live in the same household, which maybe to you guys is kind of weird, but to us that was so normal, because they did at one point. My parents got older. My mom is 67, my dad is 66, so like they're older, you know. Like we, at one point in their lives, we decided that we needed to be together as a family for our own personal reasons, and we needed to make sure that my dad was taken care of, my mom was taken care of, you know. We retired them, and then we took over to just take care of our parents. And I feel like when you're in a Hispanic household, like that's kind of normal, and maybe it's not normal that they're not together and they're living together, but that was normal for us, you know. Like that was just something like normal for us, and nobody assumed anything. Like they were in their own space, they have great communication, they're friends, they talk, they did what they had to do to, you know, be in the same household, but they just weren't together, you know. Like, and then my mom also has never had a boyfriend, or like has never dated, and my dad, he also didn't have like a girlfriend like while he was with us or anything like that. Like he didn't have, you know, he never got married or anything like that, so it was never weird. We just kind of like, they were both single and they got older, and we're like, okay, well, I think we should all just live together. And you know, so now it was easy for my mom to come live with me because I'm in LA, and she didn't want me to be by myself like out here, and like with, you know, me needing help with the kids and stuff. She was like, oh great, like if you want me to move with you, like I'll be more than happy. And I gave her house, and I created a space for her, you know. Like I said, she doesn't have to worry about anything. Like I take care of my mom, and I take care of everything that she needs, as so as my dad. Like anything that my dad needs, like I have him taken care of too. And like all of our siblings, we all just kind of came together and we take care of our parents, and that's it, you know. There's nothing more to that. Obviously there's a lot of like childhood trauma that has happened in like just every family, that I feel like we all have like our own little stories, our own upbringings, the way that we were. And yeah, like there's sensitive topics that I feel like I've never talked to you guys about, but I feel like I definitely will never talk about them anymore, because like I just don't like when people jab at things that have to do with my family and have to do with my kids and my like people that are close to me. Like you guys can jab at me all you want, talk about me all you want, talk about how I'm a fake person and nobody likes me, and you know, all those things. Like I've heard it so much that it's just like it doesn't do anything for me anymore. But when people like start to like nitpick at like my family, and like why like she's like this because of that, or her sister's like this, or her brother's like that, or her mom's like that. And honestly, this is also a big reason why you guys don't see any of my other siblings, because I just don't want to deal with that. My sister Viv, voluntarily, she put herself on the internet, and I just allowed her to like, you know, not I don't want, not allowed her, but like I just let her do her, and she's just, you know, she likes it. And it doesn't bother her. But my other siblings and stuff, like I'm not gonna give anybody any more reason to talk about things that are special to me or important to me, you know. So I really wanted to talk about that, and I just went to a rant over it. But I've been getting so many questions about my dad, and everybody's just like, where's your dad? Where's your dad? Where's your dad? How and then you guys were asking why he wasn't in the reaction video. I did a reaction video with my mom separately because she lives with me. My dad was in the reaction video with my whole family, just like you guys saw my brothers, my sister. My dad was there. He was sitting down on the couch, you know. Like, I think because I didn't like just give him that moment, you guys were just kind of like, where's your dad now? But I feel like now people are just like, well, where's your dad? Where's your dad? What happened to your dad? Is he not with your dad anymore? Wait, they're not together anymore? And like, people are just building their own scenarios, and I'm like, people, my mom and my dad haven't been together for a long time. Like, there's no drama, there's no problems. He's my dad and my mom, you know. So yeah, I just went to like a 6-minute rant. Sorry about that. Okay, so back to baby talk. So my next question is, how many weeks are you today? So let me go to my app. So I am 19 weeks and 6 days as of today. So I'm about to hit my 20-week mark, and when I announced, I told you guys I was almost halfway there. And that's just because I usually don't go full term. I usually give birth around like 37 weeks. That was both of my pregnancies with both Max and Camila. And I've never gone to 40 weeks. Who knows? Maybe this pregnancy I will go to 30 to 40 weeks. Maybe this time I'll go to 42 weeks. Like, we don't know. Every pregnancy is always going to be different. But just based off of like my body, my water broke with both of my babies at 37 weeks. So I'm kind of like calculating that I might make it to like 36, 37 weeks. And that's 37 is considered full term. And like I said, both of the times my water did break with both of my babies. So I am about to hit my 20-week mark, and I cannot believe it. I'm just like, oh my god, time's passing by so freaking fast. And yeah, I'm really excited. And for those of you guys who have been asking me, no, I am not going to have a Gemini baby. No offense to any Geminis, though. I need to stop talking shit. I need to stop talking shit about Geminis, because you guys built other scenarios that have nothing to do with my personal feelings of Geminis. But I am not having a Gemini baby, because I know you guys I remember I was on live and you guys were telling me, oh, if you get pregnant in Europe, you're gonna have a Gemini baby. And I was like, am I gonna have a Gemini baby? But it's not Gemini baby. I will either be having a Aquarius baby. If I do give birth by 37 weeks, I will be having an Aquarius baby. And if I go past the 40 weeks, I will be having a Taurus baby. So yeah, and I'm not having some of you guys were calculating my times. I'm not due in June or July. So yeah, that's just to answer your guys' question. My next question is, does your body feel different being pregnant now that you have a BBL? So my body doesn't feel different, but I will tell you guys, I did notice, because I got J plasma done on my lipo. I don't have a tummy tuck, but I do have J plasma, so they like shrink your skin to like make it tighter, because I obviously had pregnancies and like I had loose skin and all that stuff. So now that my belly's growing, I have been noticing that I get like this stretching pain, and it's not like round ligament pain. It literally feels like it's my muscle, like my tissue, like the outside of my skin is like gradually just like opening. It's so freaking weird. I even told my doctor, and obviously I did tell my doctor, like, hey, like I got lipo on my lips. I got lipo on my stomach, and you know, they took out a lot of fat from my stomach area, and they did a lot of aggressive J plasma on my lower tummy, because I did have a good amount of like loose skin down there. And I'm noticing that, like, you know, when you're barely pregnant and your baby's barely growing, you're pregnant like in the bottom, like you start growing, you carry lower, and then it starts going up. So I was telling her, I was like, I think my J plasma might be like causing this weird pain. And she's like, it's very common, but it might just be round ligament pain. But I remember what round ligament pain felt like, and this sensation that I feel reminds me of what I felt when I got lipo done, like when I was like in my faja, you know. So it might be because of the lipo. It's not like aggressive either, where I'm like, oh my god, I'm excruciating pain or anything like that, but I do feel like that little like pinch of pulling and like tugging, and I'm just like, is that my Is that my lipo or what the fuck? And then a lot of you guys were wondering if I'm going to be getting any plastic surgery after I give birth, and I won't, just because so I really do not, like, I do not see myself getting any like a round 2 BBL or like a tummy tuck or anything like that. I feel like I'm just gonna have to sap it out and just like exercise and get my body back to where it was at. I feel like the only consideration I would probably do is just my boobs, because like I said, I'm so obsessed with my boobs. My boobs are so cute, and I feel like it might be the only thing that may bother me. I'm not worried about my butt or my stomach. Like, I feel like I can fix that. My boobs, like, unless there's like a boobie workout or something, but I feel like that's like the only thing that I'm like, girls, please be good to me. And they're tiny now. Like, they're just so small that I'm just hoping that they just stay cute, you know? But no, I do not have any plans for any more surgeries, because I, in the past 2 years, have become even 10 times more of a hypochondriac, and I just don't want to go through surgery again and the recovery and all that stuff. I just don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Oh, I'm getting PTSD just thinking about it. So yeah, no plans of that. How do your babies feel about having a sibling? They're so excited. They love it. They are so happy. I've mentioned to you guys, Camila's team girl, Max is team boy. So Max is always like, my baby brother. And then Camila's like, it's not a brother, it's a sister. And they're like, they're both rubbing my belly and they're both fighting. And I'm just over here like, I am going to disappoint one of you guys. I am so sorry. But they are so happy. They're so excited. They're all over me. They're both equally all over me. They're so attached to me. They just want to like hug me and like rub my stomach and kiss my stomach. And they're like, good morning, baby. Good morning, baby. Like, they tell the baby good morning. They tell the baby good night. They'll be like, mommy's baby sleeping. And they're just so like, I just cannot wait to see how they're going to react when they see our new baby coming home. And like, I'm just so excited. Like, they love it. I love it. I'm just like, oh, like, I was just meant for this. I was meant for this life. I was meant to be a mom. Like, I was just meant to like pop out babies left and right, okay? I'm so excited. The next question, will there be a possibility for baby number 4, or is Ulises going to get snipped? I feel like there is a very high possibility for baby number 4, and that is just because I hate odd numbers. And I told you guys all the time that that's why I was so happy that it was just 2 of them. That because the 3rd one came, I was gonna pop the 4th one. So I'm just trying to see how this pregnancy goes and how the delivery goes and how I feel and how my body feels after, and just how I feel emotionally and mentally before I make that decision again. But there is a high possibility that I could go for baby number 4. So you heard it here first. Don't be surprised if I have another baby announcement right after this one. But then, hey, we'll be done. And then Ulises for sure, 100% will get snipped. I will snip them myself. I will snip him myself at that point. Next question is, are you still thinking about selling your house? So a lot of you guys were asking, because I had told you guys on Facebook Live that I was thinking about selling my house because I was paying, well, my water has gone down a little bit, but I was paying a lot of money on my water bill. It was about like $10,000 per water bill, and it was ridiculous. And I was just like, I cannot believe it. And this has been my water bill for the past year and a half. Like, this is how much I've been having to pay every single month. And to me, it's just more, it's more of a, like, yes, it's a lot of money, but like, I could be doing so much more with that. Like, I could be putting this in the kids' bank account, you know, like, I have tuition that I have to pay for my kids being in school, and like all those things. Like, I feel like it's just such a waste, and I'm just like, why am I paying so much money to have water in my house? Like, it just doesn't make sense. But because my house isn't also an older home, it does, you know, older homes do tend to use more water and like plumbing and all that stuff. We did do a lot of plumbing when we did the remodeling and stuff, but obviously not enough to help us with saving more for our water bill. But with that also being said, maybe now, even because we are having another baby, we are outgrowing this house a little bit more, especially if we're trying to go for a 4th one. I'm like, dude, like, what are we gonna do? So I have considered it, and I do know that we would be able to sell our house for such a good price, and we would make so much profit off of it, and we would be able to purchase like a different house that's a little bit lower maintenance maybe, and that has a smaller backyard for some reason. We have an acre lot, so we have a lot of grass, and a lot of trees, a lot of plants, a lot of ficus trees in the front. So we do tend to like have to use a lot of water, a lot of maintenance, a lot of yard. So maybe something a little bit more, you know, like maybe the house could be a 2-story house and it'll be up and then smaller backyard, front yard. I don't know. We're still considering it. My house is not on sale or anything yet, but it is something that we have talked about. So yeah, it's something that we do plan on probably doing in the future, and we'll keep you guys updated. If I do decide, I will let you guys know, and then I'll take you guys on the adventures of us finding a new home. But I do want to stay in the area. I love where we're at. I love my neighborhood. I love everything that the city has to offer here. Like, I picked such a great location, and I do see my family being raised here and me raising my kids, and honestly I love it. So we will probably be staying in the area, but just finding maybe a different house that's a little bit more practical for us and has more room, more things for our family, and can offer us a little bit more space, all that stuff. Next question is, are you getting the epidural or are you going unmedicated? So I am aiming for an unmedicated birth, just like I did with Camila, and I'm hoping that this baby gives me a good labor like Camila did, because my labor with Camila, I would have 20 babies if I had Camila's labor. If I had Max's labor, I would never get pregnant again. But that didn't end up working out because I got pregnant twice after that. But I did get the epidural with Max. I went natural with Camila, so I am hoping that I can get through it and just go natural with baby number 3. I know that the medicine is there if I need it, and I will use it if I do need it, but I'm really trying to stick with my birth plan, and I actually have been considering doing a at-home birth. And I know that's probably hella like random, but I have considered it. I think the only thing that concerns me is that when you do an at-home birth, the baby doesn't really get checked. You know, your midwife just kind of does the basic like, oh, baby's okay, and they don't really run like a lot of the tests that they usually do when they're at the hospital and stuff like that. So that's the only thing that I feel like I'm kind of like 50-50. Maybe finding a birthing center. I would love to experience a water birth. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I've thought about it. I've seen so many videos and I'm kind of leaning towards it. I'm not 100% on it yet. But if it does happen, I obviously will let you guys know the route that we're taking. But I really do hope and pray, and I'm hoping that my body just allows me to give me the strength to get through the labor and go unmedicated. And just because I'm more scared of the epidural, to be honest with you guys. My blood pressure spiked when I got the epidural with Max, and then my labor with Camila was just so calm, and like I was able to get up right away, and like I was able to just walk and like pee and like just do normal stuff like right after her delivery, and it was just so different, you know, from the first one. So we'll see. I'm not gonna like try to beat myself up about it, because I know with Max I was very disappointed that I didn't go unmedicated with him, but like my body just really, I just really couldn't do it. So it's like, the good thing is that the options are there if I need it, but we are hoping and praying that I can get through this labor and we go unmedicated, and that's the plan. So we'll keep you guys updated on our birth plan and how that goes. Next question is, you look so thin and pretty. How is this pregnancy different? So you think I'm skinny? So I feel like, honestly, I haven't been really able to gain much weight. I've been just stress and anxiety has been like the main reason why I haven't really gained a lot of weight. But I don't feel like it's so much different. I feel like I just have been really sick, so it hasn't really caught up to me. I'm starting to eat more now, so I might start fluffing up and getting bigger, and my face might start changing, and you know, I'm gonna start swelling up. I feel like my face usually shows when I'm pregnant the most. Like my nose gets fat and my face gets fat. I get super swollen. I retain a lot of water. So you guys will be seeing me getting fluffed up within the next couple of weeks. But I'm not doing anything different or anything like that. I'm trying to just walk more, be a little bit more active. You know, I've been eating a lot of fruit, because I feel like fruit's like the #1 craving that I've been having. Fruit with tahini, like I just eat that shit every day. Like I love fruit. Apples, for some reason, I've been really craving, so I feel like I'm munching on different things. Snacks really don't catch my attention. Like right now I was eating M&Ms and they weren't doing anything for me. Like I'll grab cookies or like hot Cheetos or something, and they don't really do much for me. They're just kind of like you know. But then I'll grab like fresh fruit or like a lemon water or something, and I'm just like like it just feels so like refreshing, you know. So maybe that's helping. But thank you guys. I have been feeling a lot prettier since before, though. I'm not gonna, like, I feel like I'm finally like getting ready, like my skin's getting back to normal, like I'm not breaking out like crazy, my hair's, you know, growing and it's getting longer, and I definitely I'm starting to feel more of like the pregnancy glow now, and feeling a little bit more alive, as opposed to in the beginning I was feeling so dead, that now I'm starting to just really feel myself and just be happy and like feel normal again. Next question is, do you want another boy or another girl? So I honestly am totally team healthy baby, as I always have been. Like, I am team healthy baby. But I have two ways of thinking about it, okay? So if I have a boy, I would be very happy with a boy for my own selfish reasons, because I just feel like boys have been so easy. Like, Max has been such an easy kid, like showering him, you know, like you just wash their huevitos and stuff and like they're fine. Like, you know, there's not a lot to him, you know, like dressing him super casual, peinas para un lado and he's fine. Like, they're just so much easier, and they're just boys. Like, boys are just boys, and it's just kind of like, you know, I mean, you guys know we're girls, so like we have it the hardest, you know. Guys always tend to have things a little bit easier. Sorry, I'm fixing my stomach because my leggings are kind of like tight. So boys always just tend to be easier. So for my, like I said, my own selfish reasons, I feel like having an easy baby, like in the sense of like, oh, it's another boy. And I've always said, like, I saw myself having more than like just one boy, and I always saw myself as being a boy mom and like just the boy vibe. So I would totally be super happy if I had a boy. But for my unselfish reasons, I would love to give Camila a sister. I feel like I want to give her a sister really bad, and I feel like I want her to just have, you know, her companion. Like, I know that I could be her companion, but like sister bonds are just special, you know, like special, like they're just so special to me. And I would really just love to have her have like her sister with her, and, you know, her to gang up on me with her sister and talk about how annoying I am, and that bond, you know, that these two sisters are going to share, that I would just love to do that for her. But I mean, who knows, you know, I don't know. Like, I'm going to be happy regardless, because I already have a boy and a girl. I know what it's like to be a mom of a little girl, and I know what it's like to be a mom of a little boy, you know. And then I'm like, man, para peinar a dos niñas, you know, like having to find clothes for two girls. Like, girls are harder in the sense of like, because I dress like such a boy, like, and then my daughter's so girly, like she's so fucking girly, like she just wants to be in dresses and big bows, and then I'm just like, like I'm like, shit, like I'm trying to like really like get into her like girly side, and I'm like, okay, maybe like two of them, I'm like, oh my goodness, you know. And then I'm like, two boys, and then I think about Max, and I'm just like, I don't know, Max is just so independent that he doesn't need a brother. Like, he's just like, whatever, like I'm fine. I'm happy, you know, being like the big brother with like taking care of my sisters, and I feel like he's just such a good job at just taking care of Camila that I don't know. But like Max, like I said, he really wants a brother. Like, he wants a brother so bad. And then Camila, she really wants a sister, and she's just like, girl, team girl, you know. So I'm just like, but I'm gonna be happy with whatever we have, you know. I feel like me as a mother's intuition, I feel like I am feeling like it's a little bit more of girl vibes than I'm getting boy vibes, but it's really hard to tell, because honestly I don't know. It's really hard for me to even like pin two and two together, because this pregnancy has been like a mixture of both. It's twins. No, I'm just kidding. It's twins, guys. That would have been nice, but yeah, so I'm 50-50, you know. I'm gonna be happy regardless, but those are my two reasonings behind. So like, having a sister for Camila, it's like my goal. Like, I really want to give her a freaking sister. And then for Max, you know, us having a boy, like, boys are fun, you know. Like, I love, you know, being a boy mom, and I love being a girl mom, and I just love being a mom. So whatever it is, we'll be happy. Last question is, please tell us about how life has been with IBS. I'm struggling so much because of it. So I have never actually told you guys about a lot of the IBS symptoms I have. If you have IBS or IBD, you know that you go through just like flare-ups. You go through moments where you're just feeling like you're dying, and thankfully my IBS has been pretty under control while I've been pregnant. But I also feel like it's because I've been eating so light, so I haven't been doing a lot of things to upset my stomach. But as far as my pregnancy goes, I've been really on top of just trying to make sure that I'm drinking. I do drink the manzanilla. I did ask my doctor if it was okay for me to drink the manzanilla. He said it was completely fine, because that's like the only natural remedy that I can actually like really tap into. And I'm taking, you know, like my magnesium, I take my prenatals, I take ginger and turmeric immunity shots. I do take those to just really help with like my immunity. The ginger and the turmeric are great for your digestive system. So like I've just been definitely trying to take better care of like what I'm putting in my body, especially right now that I'm pregnant, because I can't imagine having to flare up while I'm pregnant, because that's like my biggest fear. And now that my organs are starting to like shift and stuff, and like my belly is starting to come up, I don't want to feel sofocada, because when I have IBS, I get this really, really bad pain in the center of my stomach that kind of comes up like if I have like really bad acid reflux and GERD and stuff. So I just don't want to feel that chest pressure of like uncomfortableness. But I'll keep you guys updated. But if you guys struggle with IBS, I feel you. I feel your pain. I'm so sorry that you're going through this, and I honestly do not wish it on anybody, because it's the worst. It honestly feels like crap. But thankfully we're good, we're thriving, we're fine. Baby's good, baby's healthy, I'm healthy right now, and everything's good. So no complaints. But yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed today's video and I was able to answer all of your guys' questions. I feel like those were like the most asked questions that a lot of you guys really wanted to know. And yeah, I'm super excited to just keep bringing you guys along the journey. And the next couple videos, I think the next video is going to be my gender prediction video, where that one was pre-filmed, and I was talking to you guys about like my symptoms, all that good stuff. And then we will be finding out what baby is, which I'm so excited for you guys to find out as well. And yeah, so I'm gonna also be vlogging, so make sure you guys head over to my vlog channel. I was doing Vlogmas and then I gave up like 2 days later, because one, it was so stressful, okay, and then 2, YouTube engagement has just been absolutely trash, if I'm being completely honest, especially with like vlogging so consistently, that I'm just like, I need to give you guys a break, because y'all are clearly tired of me. So let me just chill and not overwhelm you guys with content. So I'm gonna be doing like periodic like vlogs here and there, main channel videos here and there, and then just, yeah, bring you guys along and stuff. So I love you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys on my next video. Love you guys.